Mr Speaker, I raise a point of order under Speaker's ruling 1683 and 1684. It has two parts to the point of order I'm raising. This question was set down to the Prime Minister and asked him whether he stood by a statement. That statement was made in this House. There's no dispute that the statement was made. It was in Hansard.
Order. Can I just have the point of order?
The point of order, Mr Speaker, is that I believe the transfer of the question undermines the integrity of question time. I do not understand how the opposition can hold the Prime Minister to account when direct quotes that he has given in this House are transferred. If you will indulge me, Mr Speaker, the second part of my point of order is that the option that then gives the opposition is to simply ask the Prime Minister, does he stand by all his statements? That is a ridiculous situation because that question wouldn't be transferred. We then lose valuable supplementary questions and the opportunity is opened up for the Minister answering to say they don't have the material available to them. I think this kind of transfer undermines the integrity of question time.
Order. Order. I don't agree with the member. If I felt for 1 minute that it did, in transferring, undermine the integrity of question time and effectively it was an anathema to the justice of the question time system, then I would not allow the transfer. I think there are, in regards to the second point made by Grant Roberston, there are ways that this question could have been worded in such a way that it couldn't have been transferred, and that includes ways that are more general than just does the Prime Minister stand by a statement. I suggest that if he wants advice on the wording of that, he takes some advice from perhaps the clerk, the Office of the Clerk, to help him in further wording questions so that it is more difficult for the transfer to occur. But in this case, the transfer is the right of the government, provided it doesn't in any way mean the shifting of responsibility doesn't get a fair chance to answer. The question, in essence, is around KiwiSaver. That responsibility is in the hands of the Minister of Finance, and I think the question can proceed if the member wishes to continue.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
If it's a fresh point of order, I'll happily hear it.
Mr Speaker, the ability for a minister...
Order. Can I just have the fresh point of order?
The point of order is this. How is it not anathema to...
Order. Now the member is questioning a ruling I've just given. I've been quite clear about it. If the member wants to raise a fresh point of order, I'll hear it. But if it... Order. The member might like to resume. We get to a very disorderly state in this House if members then continue to relitigate, particularly when they lead me to believe it's a fresh point of order, and as they get into their so-called fresh point of order, it's simply a case to argue the case with me. That is unacceptable. I've made a ruling. The member can shake his head and say that he doesn't agree with it. I think there's frequent opportunities for members to disagree with rulings that I make in this House, but at the end of the day, they must accept them. Question. I'll point to a fresh point of order.
Yes.
Grant Roberston.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave of the House for this question to be transferred back to the Prime Minister.
Order. I invite the member to look at Speaker's ruling 1695. I'm not putting that leave. Question number 6, Grant Roberston.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance. Does he stand by the Prime Minister's statement that, quote, the removal of the $1,000 kickstart contribution will not make a blind bit of difference to the number of people who join KiwiSaver?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, yes.